It's week 1 of the NFL, and if it's in the game, it's in the game. Hope you're all ready for this one, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. With my good friend Charles Davis in the booth, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and the moment has finally arrived, CD. It's time to begin a new NFL season.
Parker, there's no hiding my excitement as I got ready this morning. I could not wait to get here for this game. Imagine what it's like out there on the field for those players, though. OTAs, training camp, preseason, it's all led to this moment when they officially kick this one off to get the season underway.
"22 men ready to do battle. It's time to dance." And we are underway from Miami. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Dolphins head out, led by the NFL's leading passer in 2023. Now in his 5th season, Tua Tagovailoa.
And he's coming off a great season where he put up career highs in yards and touchdowns, while also leading one of the most prolific scoring offenses in the NFL. The number one thing he did last season, though, staying healthy. When he's on the field, Miami can roll.
Ready. Out,
Play action. Now it's Tua. Open man downfield is Hill. Fights through and now a crease. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 71 yards. And the Dolphins are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
And the tendency for most of these guys is to want to match things right away because they have a lot of confidence in their talent too. They just saw a big strike against their team, and you know they're thinking to themselves, I can get this back right now on one play. Well, if it's there, you take it, but otherwise, just go ahead and calm your team down. Run the offense, get things going, and see how things settle in.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Sanders. And it's complete to Martin. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 16 yards, a 1st down.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
Yeah, 1 for 1, a lot more to go. They run on 1st down with Jackson. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. from the gun on third down. Sanders. The throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
They'll try and throw for it here. Escaping the pressure right. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
I am willing to bet that he got a monster grin on his face when he saw what was happening. Man coverage was so committed to denying a big throw that it pulled attention away from him, and he had an easy lane to hit, and hit it he did.
So after the big play on fourth, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff inside. It's Jackson. Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line.
Holding offense.
He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hold.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
Looking to throw. Sanders. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive, INT. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Off-play action. Sanders. Open man. This is Lewis. And he will take it in for the touchdown. A great play there. 34 yards. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well, Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Solid return. Pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So Miami coming out for their second drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
In motion, Hill. Tyreek Hill's got another one. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. So no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
Ready. Set. Set.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. Tua hit, and the ball is out. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you, all right? So if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
Oh, this this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down. Back to throw. Sanders. This complete to Martin. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He'll get this one into the hands of Lewis. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be second down. Up the middle they go. It's Torres. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun. Sanders. Dancing to his left. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown run. And his guys have taken the lead. He hit him earlier in this first quarter with his arm. Now he does it with his legs.
Right now, he's one of those stat stuffers that you see on the basketball court. You know, the guy with points, rebounds, assists, steals. One with the arm, one with the legs. Let's see if he can continue this pace.
And sending out the reminder that, yeah, look, I'm known for having an arm, but I can do it with the legs on occasion when I need to. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Miami set to take over. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their...
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 72 yards. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Second and 2. A quick throw, but incomplete.
That open man that time, they ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. On third down, this is Jackson. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there. They're going to try and throw. Flush to his right. And some space here. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 32-yard line. On the give, here comes Jackson. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. These two teams all tied after one. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. It's caught by Jackson. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Here's Sanders from the gun on 3rd down. Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they take a 17-14 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And, Charles, the name of the game last time, efficiency. Their very first snap, they connected for a quick touchdown.
They get more value than just the points from that series as well. Only needing one play, it keeps the entire offense rested up.
They'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Looking to pass. Tua. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
21G.
Now Tua. Short throw to Smith. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards the pickup there. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. He'll dump this off to Achane. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field. So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. And now that brings up 4th down there. A loss of 6 yards on the sack. So on 4th down, Dolphin kicker Jason Sanders comes on. There'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. Sanders' kick is good, and that will tie things at 17-all. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you've described it.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. A big play there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown. What a first half he is compiling here. He's already over 100 yards receiving and now 2 touchdowns, CD.
Brandon, you know I don't like to play the game where you start projecting when you're at a certain point. But let's face it, he's off to a tremendous start. So 200 yards, 4 touchdowns. I don't think anything's out of the question right now. He's blowing up coverages. You've got to double him every snap. Otherwise, he's going to defeat you on almost every play.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. So now here come the Dolphins. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it. I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. Short throw to Smith. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating.
The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. So on 4th down, here's Jake Bailey to punt for the Dolphins. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And CD, you know, sometimes you don't need those complicated game plans or the added wrinkles. Last time out, you think about it, couldn't have been any simpler. 1 play, 1 pass, touchdown.
I know those coaches put a lot of work into this game plan, but I don't think they mind possessions like that at all. They just save those calls for this possession instead. Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part.
And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Alec Ingold, 37 yards. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. Powering his way forward. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it.
He's got a man, complete. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great effort there. 74 yards. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far and fun to watch. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. Touchdowns on back-to-back drives, so a very good flow right now offensively.
Hard to slow them down, too, because they are locked in. Feel like the offense coordinator is a little bit ahead of the defensive guys right now. They're beating them to the punch with their play calls. They've got a nice rhythm they're locked into. How can the defensive guys come up with something that'll disrupt that flow? That's what they're seeking right now.
Well, it's been an exciting sequence to watch. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
At the 26-yard line.
From the gun, it's Tua. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Get set.
Tua sets up to pass it. And that is incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Second and 1. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. They'll look to throw here on first down. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Calais Campbell finding his way home for the sack. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Now a give. It's Jackson. And he's got room down the left sideline. And he will go out of bounds down at the 15-yard line. 56 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. And look at that. I'd say somebody's already in mid-season form here in game number 1.
Doesn't need a whole lot of carries in the preseason, does he? He needs to get the ball when it counts. And when it does, he makes it count.
This offense in mid-season form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now Sanders operating from the gun. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. And they are able to add on to their advantage. So the numbers are starting to pile up here early on. We have yet to reach halftime, yet that is already now 4 touchdown passes. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. That time a 6-play drive. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Miami's offense set and ready to go. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Tua going to throw. Goes right back to Smith again. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. On play action, here's Tua. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Pushes him over. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Here's Tua. And that nearly intercepted. Well, the free safety rolling into position almost had it, but it's 2nd down.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
It's safe. Go ahead. Set. Set.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. That's to the new Dolphin. It's Odell Beckham Jr. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
Boy, that ball's just hanging up there waiting to be intercepted. That looked doomed from the start. But they took the deep shot anyway, and fortunately, it winds up incomplete.
And again, it's Tagovailoa. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Ready.
Again, he'll drop to throw. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll get our tour started out at Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. And it's the home side who have the lead as they play the second quarter. Nick Westbrook-Akine, a touchdown reception. From there, we head down south to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. A touchdown run for Najee Harris. Finally, let's get to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And this one going the visitors' way as the Texans have the lead in that one. Nico Collins, a touchdown reception. Both of these offenses had their share of high points in that first half. Each team had some big moments, and it would seem this could turn out to be a game where the last score wins. It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after their first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in week one, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And he's able to get this all the way to the 40 before going out of bounds. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out.
What a way to start the second half. These guys are showing no signs of letting up. They have a chance to take a decided advantage with this possession.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Second and 13. Buying time to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, after watching him ring the bell that many times and put the ball in the end zone throwing it, you had to figure they had to bring some type of pressure. They had to change things up on defense.
And able to get to him, put him on the ground, so maybe just something to throw him off a little bit.
Yeah, that had to feel a lot better for the defensive guys. They've been getting carved up in this one. To finally knock him on the ground and force an incompletion, that's got to be a sigh of relief.
They bring their punter out there now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. Now Hill to return it. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. And bulldozing his way through. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Back to throw now on first down. The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to him. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
44. Ready.
Running right, here's Achane. Now he's free at the 35. He may go. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Devon Achane, 68 yards. And the Dolphins are back within a score. The two are going to try and throw for it. And he's got it. So the try for two successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. I guess the coach looked at the two-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a three-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a two-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, Sanders. He finds his man, complete. It's Torres. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game. And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Now Achane on 1st and 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Go ahead.
They'll look to throw. Throw caught by Achane. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down. They faked the handoff. Now Tua. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback. So that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
On 2nd and 10, Tua. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Jonnu Smith, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Dolphins have retaken a 3rd quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that will make this a 4-point game. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was Jonnu Smith, the big tight end, who capped the drive with a touchdown reception. Oh, a good return up past the 30. There he goes left side. And he will score. Touchdown. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Yeah, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And that one gives them a 3-point lead. Well, we talk a lot about explosive plays on offense. How about an explosive play on special teams? Certainly one there on the kick return for a touchdown. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Dolphins ready to take over on offense. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
In motion, Hill. Play action. Now it's Tua. That one complete to Hill. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
Right here.
Off of play action. Tagovailoa. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
In motion, Hill. Looking to pass. Tua. And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third.
All right, come on.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up fourth.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on here to punt it away. This will be taken at the 10. Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Toss play to Jackson. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Sanders from the gun on third down. Right side caught by Jackson. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. On first down, Torres. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
Just week one, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run it with Jackson. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
Looking to throw. Sanders. And he will take it in for the touchdown. From a yard out, as his guys are able to extend their lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive goes 8 plays.
Dolphins 42.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Now comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. Flushed out right. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only 1st down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on 2nd down.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Brings up 3rd down.
Ready.
In motion, the tight end. Now Tua. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And he fends him off. And that one too wide and incomplete.
Yeah, very smart play right there. Pocket collapsing around him. Love the way he moved around a little bit and avoided the sack.
Get set.
Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. The offense on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. From the gun, it's Tua. And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Tua sets up to pass it. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done, down to the 15 from the 21. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And the Dolphins are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Tua going to throw. And he is going to be taken down. They got him. As that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got it second and goal as they look for a late touchdown. Throwing Tua. And it's caught. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Odell Beckham, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins have made it a 1-score game again here in the fourth. Important extra point up and through. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So just under 2 minutes to play, and this would figure to pretty much be your ball game right here. And the hands team does its job. They're able to secure it. And now looking at the clock here, they do have 2 timeouts, but even if they force a 3 and out, they're going to have very little time remaining.
So that means they've got to be aggressive and find a way to knock the ball free. They've got to come up with it because they can't just rely, as you noted, on using their timeouts and getting the ball back. They might not have any time to mount an attack, even if they do play it that way. Get the football. That's their mantra.
And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Again, it's Jackson as he'll stay on the ground. And he'll go down at the 28. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. On the run, this is Jackson. And he is going to have a first down here, and that should be the one that seals a victory. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And his fine afternoon on the ground continues. That last run going to put him over 100 yards for the ball game. It's 1st and goal and a late touchdown at this stage. Could officially salt this one away. Going for the knockout punch. They'll try and run. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Here's Jackson. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive. And how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
Extra point forthcoming. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. So Tua and the Dolphins down by 10. A little over 40 seconds to go. It's an extremely tall order in front of them, but they've got the ball with a first down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Just a difficult situation to be in here in the final minute. Down 2 scores, you know you need some providence from somewhere. They're going to keep firing away till the end, but this one falls incomplete.
This is Smith with a ground. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Now Tua. Oh, he stays up. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for our visitors, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Miami, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.